Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping into an investigation that kicks off with a really strange recruitment drive at a church. And, you guessed it, it spirals right down into the city's hidden underworld. We're going to follow a team as they go undercover to figure out what's really going on. So, let's dive in.
You know, that's the kind of question you ask right before you know you're about to get your hands dirty. It just perfectly captures the team's mood here. They're getting ready to walk into a world they only kind of understand, and this first mission, it just feels off from the get-go.
All right, so the whole thing kicks off with a pretty chilling piece of intel. The team gets word that a local church, a place that's supposed to be a sanctuary, has been turned into some kind of recruiting ground, and they need to figure out why, fast.
Now here's the detail that changes everything. The target isn't one of their kind. It's a ghoul. And a ghoul, as you can see, is a servant. They're bound to a master. So right away, the mission isn't just about stopping one person. It's about finding out who's pulling the strings. So let's break down the mission brief. The who? A ghoul. The what? They're grabbing wayward youths from a church. The why? Well, it's starting to smell a whole lot like a cult. And the only way in is a single invitation to a gathering that one of the investigators, Gabriel, managed to get his hands on. The location? An old bakery warehouse. That's the stage for whatever this thing really is. Okay, so they have a time and a place. The team gets together at their, let's say, unusual headquarters, a funeral home, to figure out their game plan. I mean, they can't just walk in blind, right? They need a strategy that covers every single angle, from the inside out. And this right here, this is their tactical approach. It's pretty smart. You've got Gabriel and Alex going in as the inside team, using that +1 invite to get eyes on the ground. Then there's Eric. He's the lookout, using his heightened senses to keep tabs on everything from the outside. And then you've got Frost, who is basically the ace up their sleeve, an invisible observer who can just slip in and out, acting as the go-between. It's a really solid, multi-layered plan.
So the team arrives, and even from the outside, they can hear it, this deep, thumping bass. This is no quiet church meeting. No, they are walking straight into a full-blown rave.
Once they're inside, the whole scene is designed to be disarming. It looks just like a classic warehouse party. It's loud, it's energetic, tons of people are just having a good time. But of course, the investigators are not there for the music. They know in an environment this controlled, the truth is always hiding in the little details that just don't add up.
So as Gabriel and Alex start making their way through the crowd, doing a slow perimeter check, they're looking past all the flashing lights and dancing. They are hunting for the tells, the small inconsistencies that are going to betray what this party is really all about.
And yeah, it really doesn't take long to find them. The staff, they're not partying, they're more like watchdogs. There's this VIP section that's almost totally empty. The guy on stage isn't a DJ, he's directing things. And maybe weirdest of all, the only thing to drink is water. The conclusion is obvious. This isn't a party, it's a performance.
After about an hour or so, everything changes. The upbeat music just cuts out. Dead silence. And that guy who is directing traffic from the stage, he steps up to a microphone, and the entire vibe of the event shifts in a heartbeat.
And it's not a performance, it's a sermon. Seriously, he's talking about unity, new beginnings, finding your savior, and the big finale is a call to action. Go talk to a staff to change their lives. Any pretense of this being a party is just gone. The cult-like feeling is now front and center.
Right after that sermon, things start moving, and they move fast. Alex goes over to a staffer, while Gabriel's obvious discomfort actually gets him an invite to a quiet room in the back. And while all that's happening on the inside, the rest of the team, Frost and Eric, are making their own moves. And boom, this is the payoff. In just a few short minutes, the team strikes absolute gold. Frost manages to invisibly pickpocket a physical address right off the speaker. Alex gets a so-called helpline phone number, and Gabriel, in that back room, gets the leader's name, Samuel Lanovich. An address, a number, and a name. The investigation just blew wide open.
So with these new leads in hand, the team quietly slips out of the warehouse. They regroup a few blocks away and start putting the pieces together, trying to figure out what their next move should be.
So, let's look at where they stand. They've got a name, Samuel Lanovich, they have an address and a phone number. They know this congregation is actively recruiting, and they even know other kindred were there as guests. But the big questions are still hanging out there. Who is Samuel Lanovich really working for? And what is the real goal here?
So, with Lanovich's name in hand, but his motives still a total mystery, the team realizes they need a new source of intel. They decide to go for a pretty risky option. They're going to talk to the city's information brokers, a clan that's known for trading secrets, always for a price.
So the next move is locked in. They're going to approach the Nosferatu, a really secretive clan who hoard and sell information, which has earned them the lovely nickname, the Rats. The plan is to head into their known territory, an old abandoned hospital, and just straight up ask what they know about Samuel Lanovich and this new congregation of his.
And that's exactly where we leave them, on their way to a meeting that could either solve this whole mystery or drag them way, way deeper into danger. I mean, dealing with information brokers is always a gamble. You gotta wonder, what secrets are they about to uncover, and what exactly will they have to pay to find out?